First New Jersey, now Temecula. Mysterious drones spotted in the sky, and now people who live in the area, as you can imagine, they want answers. We all do.
The UFO alarm isn't just ringing in the States.
See, even the police, they're going crazy.
It's echoing across the globe.
What? It's like landing on it.
Blinking orbs are lighting up night skies.
That's a UFO for sure.
And mysterious crafts are appearing everywhere.
I can't tell what it is.
The world is on high alert.
Lines. You can see them sparking. We're trying to get away from them.
Are these scripted sightings?
What the
Or are we on the verge of an ET war?
See, even the police, they're going crazy.
This might just be one of the most chilling videos to kick off the new year. The clip shows a group of orbs, perfectly aligned in straight rows, hovering in the sky. But what happens next is where it gets eerie. They start descending into the ocean, one row at a time, forming a triangular pattern as they disappear beneath the waves. To make things even stranger, you can hear police sirens in the background. At one point, a police car speeds past, seemingly rushing towards something. Locals were convinced the authorities were heading straight for the spot where the orbs were vanishing. What do you think is really going on here?
These aliens are attacking.
Drone duo.
Now look at above it comes another drone. Holy
The skies are getting crowded, aren't they? A local recently spotted two flying objects descending toward the woods, seemingly preparing to land. Unlike the other sightings, these had a slightly more conventional look. But still, something about them feels off. Sure, they could just be ordinary drones, but what if they're not? What if these are extraterrestrials carrying out some mysterious mission? That brings us to the big question. If they're not invading, what are they doing here?
Go Bedminster. Go Bedminster.
It's China.
Space shower.
What the
There's this wild theory going around about UFOs creating portals in the sky to bring in reinforcements, or whatever else they might be up to. At first, people shrugged it off as just another conspiracy, but after this recent video went viral, let's just say, folks aren't so quick to dismiss it anymore. Here's what the clip shows. Two orbs doing their thing. One is shining this super bright light in the sky, almost like it's scanning for something. The other's spraying a mist. It's hard to ignore how deliberate it all looked. So, what do you think? Are these orbs really opening up some kind of portal? Or is there a more down-to-earth explanation we're missing?
It's not a plane, guys. The moon's right over there.
Into SoCal.
First New Jersey, now Temecula. Mysterious drones spotted in the sky.
A Temecula local just shared wild footage from his backyard tonight. Caught this craft moving silently across the sky, putting on quite the light show. The video showed three distinct lights shifting colors in sequence, but in absolute silence. Not a whisper, not a hum. Local aviation experts examined the footage and ruled out conventional aircraft and drones based on the movement patterns and complete lack of sound. The Pentagon staying tight-lipped about this one, even as similar sightings keep piling up across the region.
I think the public has a right to know what is flying above the skies.
ET face off.
I can't tell what it is.
We always think of aliens as either heroes or villains, but what if it's more complicated? What if they've got their own beef, and Earth's just caught in the crossfire? That's one theory floating around after this wild clip surfaced. It starts with a blinking light zooming through the sky at crazy speed, heading straight for an orange orb. But then, plot twist. It looks like the blinking light gets zapped or hijacked as it drops like a rock. Some think that blinking light was one of our own drones taken down by advanced tech. Others are convinced it was some interstellar spat gone wrong. Either way, it's enough to keep us guessing.
Ooh, that whatever it was just shut down the drone.
Starry lights. This strange sighting in Atlanta has left an entire residential area buzzing with fear and speculation. The sky lit up with blinking lights, one of them glowing red. While some of these lights stayed completely still, others moved around, adding to the eerie vibe. A theory is making the rounds that the military might have lost track of some highly dangerous radioactive material. The idea is that they're now pulling out all the stops, deploying secret tech, from saucer-shaped crafts to high-tech probes, to track it down. But if that's not the case, then what's the deal with this unsettling display? Adding even more heat to the rumors, a new sighting has surfaced, and it's a weird one. A guy managed to capture footage of something flying over his neighborhood. It was plane-shaped but way more streamlined, with long, thin wings and a sleek black body. It was much smaller than any plane you'd expect to see. Speculation has it that this might have been an unmanned aerial vehicle, either a surveillance or combat drone. But the question is, what on earth is a military drone doing flying over a civilian area? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Over Istanbul.
Bir tanesi hareket ediyor şu an. Ne yapıyor bir tanesi?
While Istanbul was busy ringing in 2025, it seems like some uninvited extraterrestrial guests decided to join the party. One resident managed to capture not one, but 3 glowing orbs drifting across the night sky. Their brilliance was impossible to ignore, visible even from far away. Theories, of course, started flying as fast as the orbs themselves. Locals thought they might be high-tech probes sent by foreign governments for surveillance. But online, people weren't so sure. Many are convinced these glowing spheres are alien scouts, mapping out Earth before kicking off some kind of invasion.
Şu an 3 taneler. Aynen.
NJ Sky Panic.
Eyes are glued to the skies in Nevada and across the country because of an ongoing wave of mystery drones that have been spotted.
Forget DC. New Jersey is where things get absolutely bonkers. Just check out this clip a couple of locals managed to snag. It shows this bizarre aircraft cruising through the night sky, making a sound like some ancient engine chugging away. Yep, witnesses said it was that loud.
Like, that doesn't look like a drone, right?
Now, you're probably thinking, oh, just another drone, right? But hold up. The locals who saw it claim it was car-sized. A car-sized drone? Seriously, who's flying those around? Wild doesn't even begin to cover it. But wait, the plot thickens. Another resident in New Jersey managed to capture a video of what looked like a mysterious, blinking aircraft cruising through the skies. It didn't look like any regular airplane, and it definitely didn't fit the bill for a drone either. The way those lights flickered, it was almost like the thing was sending out some kind of signal. Whatever it was, it's clear New Jersey isn't just dealing with your everyday sky traffic. Alien drama, anyone? And then there's this one, just hanging there in midair like it owns the sky. No sudden movements, no fancy tricks, just there. Honestly, if they're trying to send a message, they're doing a pretty lousy job at making it clear. The only explanation that seems to fit? Alien UFOs. What else just floats around like that without a care in the world? Whatever's going on, it's leaving us with more questions than answers. December 14th really brought the drama, huh? A local out for a drive in New Jersey caught something wild. Lights moving in unison, like they were all part of one big craft. And the shape? Classic saucer vibes. I mean, what else could it be? We've seen this play out in every alien flick ever, right? But what if it's not ETs? Could it be some secret stealth tech on a trial run? Now this is next level sneaky, right? This passenger catches an orb-like thing floating high above the clouds, and it's blurry, almost like it wanted to stay mysterious. A shield? Camouflage? Who knows? But let's get real. Drones don't hang out at cruising altitude. This thing was way up there where you'd only expect planes, clouds, and maybe the occasional superhero. So, was it aliens playing hide-and-seek, or could it be some next-gen tech being tested out? Now, what you're about to see next is a total head-scratcher. Seriously, tell me this doesn't look like the headlights of a car. Except, you know, in the sky. Folks are done with the governments. It's just a drone excuse. I mean, come on. Just look at the size of this thing. It's way too big to be a drone, and no airliner has that shape either. So, what's the deal? Well, it kind of narrows things down, doesn't it? Either the government is running secret tests on some next-level tech, or, and this is where it gets juicy, they're covering up for aliens, slapping a drone label on these sightings to keep us off their trail. What do you think? While strolling through a park, a couple spotted something unbelievable, a giant drone.
It's a big-ass drone, biggest drone I've ever seen.
Easily the size of a bus, silently hovering above them. Whatever this thing was, it wasn't your average backyard gadget. Naturally, the sighting sparked a frenzy of speculation. Could it be some classified government tech? Or maybe, just maybe, someone got a little help from beyond the stars to design this beast? With officials staying tight-lipped, the mystery only deepens. Something strange caught the attention of a reporter and her crew in Mendham, New Jersey, and it's not your everyday weather event. What started off as an ordinary cloud quickly turned bizarre. The thing wasn't just floating, it rippled, almost like a shimmering layer of water hanging in the sky. This odd behavior has people buzzing with theories. Could it be some advanced tech, maybe even a cloaking device for alien spacecraft? While skeptics argue it's just a freak weather anomaly, one thing's for sure, it's got everyone looking twice at the skies over New Jersey. New Jersey might have just served up one of its wildest UFO sightings yet. In this footage, an object appears to be surrounded by a shimmering, almost invisible barrier, like something straight out of a sci-fi flick. As the clip progresses, you can spot the force field shifting, eventually forming a perfect circle around the craft. What's going on here? Is this some kind of advanced shielding, cloaking tech, or could it be a portal? The possibilities are mind-boggling. If you're still skeptical about what's been going on, this next video might make you think twice. The drones the government keeps downplaying? Well, turns out they were allegedly seen firing lasers. At first, some people tried to explain it away as just a military helicopter firing tracers during an exercise. But let's be real, that explanation doesn't quite fit the footage. Tracers don't behave like that. So, what are we looking at here? Could it really be alien tech in action, or is there something else going on? Either way, it's becoming harder to just brush these incidents off as nothing. A major sighting just dropped from last month. 2 witnesses caught mind-blowing footage on their drive home.
What? It's like landing. Honey.
The video showed this classic disc-shaped craft hovering above them, lights pulsing in sequence. This thing started its descent right in front of them. They kept rolling until it disappeared into the darkness. Local UFO watchers have been combing the area since then, hoping to find any trace of where this craft touched down. The video quality is solid, showing clear details of the craft's structure and movement patterns. This marks another addition to December's unusual surge of sightings. Things took a creepy turn when residents started noticing their radios acting up. They'd be working fine one moment, and then suddenly, they'd start glitching. Making weird, eerie noises. Now, some folks are starting to wonder, could this be aliens messing with our frequencies? Maybe they've figured out how to hack into our radios, sending out strange signals to communicate with each other without us even realizing it. It was only a matter of time before something like this went down. These objects are flying right in our airspace, hovering dangerously close to military bases and airports. Recently, a plane crashed in New Jersey, and now officials are linking the crash to the UFOs. What's unclear is whether it was just an unfortunate collision or if the UFO actually shot the plane down. If only the authorities would stop hiding the truth and just tell us what's really going on. Rio UFOs.
Olha pra isso!
Que isso?
Imagine waking up in the middle of the night to strange lights in the sky. That's exactly what happened to a resident in Rio in December last year. At first, she thought they were just stars, but these orbs were way too close and too perfectly arranged to pass for anything natural. What were they doing there, hovering over a residential area in the dead of night? Everything about this setup screams covert operation, whether it's some classified tech from our own forces or aliens doing who knows what. One thing's for sure, this is far from normal. And the cherry on top? The government's keeping quiet, which only makes the whole thing more suspicious. On the tail. Kicking off 2025 with a bang, or in this case, 3 glowing orbs tailing a passenger plane over Phoenix, Arizona. Spotted on January 1st, these mysterious lights maintained a steady distance behind the aircraft, but their brilliance made them impossible to miss. Here's where things take a darker turn. After uploading the footage, the passenger went silent, leaving everyone speculating. Could these orbs have hijacked the plane, or was their goal something entirely different? With the media and authorities clamping down on information, we're only left to wonder.
They're in a row.
Otherworldly dance. This next sighting comes from a pilot, so you know we're not talking about something low-tech like a drone. Way up in the sky, 2 glowing orbs were spotted hanging out together, almost like they were performing a synchronized dance. After their little routine, they started moving in a straight line before vanishing into the distance. Here's where it gets even weirder. These orbs weren't just glowing, they were shifting colors, like floating disco balls in the sky. Naturally, theories are all over the place. Some people think the two were exchanging intel, while others are convinced they were probes sent to analyze Earth's airspace. NYC visitors. Kicking off 2025 with a bang, we've already got a bizarre sighting to talk about. A kid caught 3 distinct lights just chilling in the air near JFK Airport. Stationary, glowing, and way too obvious to ignore. Each light had its own trio of burning orbs. So no, these weren't your run-of-the-mill drones. Staying that still for over an hour sounds more like something out of a sci-fi movie. They were hanging out near an airport. Why? Were they scoping out flights? Intercepting signals? Or maybe just putting on a show for the Big Apple? What's your theory? Aliens, secret tech, or something else entirely? Let me know in the comments. UFO in Vietnam. A guy driving along a road in Vietnam spotted something totally out of the ordinary in the sky. There, hanging in midair, were these weird black shapes, and they didn't move at all. Some folks thought maybe the UFOs were having a serious malfunction, like they'd run out of fuel, or were caught in some sort of cosmic glitch. Others had a wilder take. What if the sky itself was tearing open, and these shapes were the result of something much stranger, like a rift in reality? Either way, it's hard to explain what those shapes were, and it leaves you wondering if we're just catching a glimpse of something beyond our understanding. Ship or portal? A resident in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, caught something out of the ordinary while looking up at the sky. It was mostly hidden in the shadows, with only a faint glow from the lights around it hinting at its form. What stood out was its perfectly round shape, hanging still in the air without any movement. The video quickly went viral, and people had a lot to say about it. Some speculated it was an alien spacecraft, quietly observing from above. Others, though, proposed a wilder theory. What if it was some sort of portal? Maybe it was opened by aliens, or maybe humans had cracked the code to some next-level tech, and this was the result of their experiments. Triangular UFO. A recent video has sparked a lot of buzz online, and it looks like we're seeing that black triangle UFO again. This mysterious craft has been popping up all over the world for decades, ever since it was first spotted in the 80s. In this latest clip, the person filming says the UFO was completely silent, floating slowly through the sky. It didn't make a sound or show any obvious signs of propulsion. Of course, the theories have started rolling in. Some say it's a secret military project, while others swear it's an alien ship that's been keeping tabs on us for a long time. Light show. This one was captured in the Netherlands. The footage showed something straight out of a sci-fi invasion movie. The evening sky suddenly transformed into this intense purple haze, with beams of light stretching down to the ground, like some kind of energy field. The witness captured several minutes of this unexplained phenomenon from his balcony, showing the eerie glow intensifying over time. Local meteorologists confirm no natural weather patterns match these characteristics. So what could it be? Any guesses? White beam. This strange event went down in Russia, where a guy captured something seriously bizarre while hanging out on his apartment roof on December 10th. In the distance, a crazy bright beam of light shot down from the sky, making everyone stop and stare. Once the video hit the internet, people couldn't help but jump to wild conclusions. Some were convinced it had to be an alien UFO, suggesting the beam could be part of an abduction, or worse, some kind of attack. Others weren't so sure and thought it could just be a weird atmospheric thing. But really, if this is aliens, have they come for us already? A little early for that, right? Mystery craft. The internet's gone wild again over a new video that's got everyone guessing. In the clip, you see a strange aircraft cruising through the sky, and it's making a pretty loud noise as it goes by. Its odd shape has people drawing comparisons to the mysterious TR-3B, leading to heated debates about whether it's a secret military drone or something even more bizarre. Of course, the UFO crowd isn't sitting quiet. They're all over it, claiming it might be an older alien craft making a comeback. With everything weird happening these days, who can say what's real anymore? Watching over. This is definitely one of those "did I just see that" moments. Imagine being on a plane and looking out the window to find not one, but dozens of UFOs gliding alongside. That's exactly what happened when a passenger caught this on camera over New York, sending the internet into overdrive. The UFOs didn't do anything aggressive. They didn't even try to get in the plane's way. They just hovered there, like they were observing it from a distance. Makes you wonder, right? Why would they be hanging out like that without doing anything? Could it be a simple check-in? Like we're some sort of cosmic pit stop for them? Or maybe they're just curious about us, checking out how we're handling things on Earth. Talking about New York. During a live TV broadcast, people spotted something odd way up in the sky. It wasn't clear exactly what it was, but that didn't stop the speculation from spiraling out of control. Some folks were sure it was a cigar-shaped UFO, maybe keeping a low profile while surveying Earth from above. On the other hand, there were those who thought it could just be a weird glitch with the camera. Of course, the internet's doing what it does best, diving into all sorts of theories. Was it an alien ship? A secret government craft? Or maybe it was just a trick of the broadcast? Picnic saucer. Imagine having a peaceful picnic with your family, then suddenly, something strange catches your eye. That's exactly what happened to one guy in a quiet moment with his loved ones. He spotted an odd shape in the sky, and when he zoomed in with his camera, it was clear. It wasn't something ordinary. What he saw looked like a saucer-shaped craft just hanging there, completely exposed, without any attempt to hide or blend in. It didn't try to fly off. It just hovered, almost like it was waiting for something. Some people think the craft might have been trying to communicate, maybe even reaching out for help. Who knows? Maybe it's the start of something bigger. In the Heights. Here's breaking news from 30,000 feet. A passenger heading to Newark spotted something straight out of a sci-fi movie. The footage shows these intense yellow orbs just hanging in the upper atmosphere, completely still against the clouds. Most UFOs zip away in seconds, but these lights stuck around for hours, still visible after sunset. The pilot confirmed no other aircraft in the vicinity. The FAA's got no explanation for these stationary lights at that altitude, and even the aviation experts are stumped. The passenger's video has already racked up millions of views, showing clear, steady footage of these unexplained aerial phenomena. Colombian Orb. Colombia's skies just joined the UFO party with this wild sighting. A resident captured a perfectly round metallic sphere hovering low over the mountains before it started ascending and vanished into the sky. Sure, some skeptics are calling it a runaway balloon, but UFO enthusiasts aren't buying it. They point out the metallic shine and sheer size. Way too big to float off with a breeze like a regular balloon. And let's not ignore the timing. This happened last December, lining up with the UFO craze in the States. On December 22nd, Dubai had its own brush with mystery when a glowing orb was spotted cruising through the sky. And no, skeptics, this one isn't your typical, it's just a balloon moment. The object moves in a steady, straight line before vanishing behind a building. What's wild is the local who filmed it swears it suddenly shot straight up into the sky afterward. That's not exactly how balloons work, is it? So, what's the deal here? Could this be proof of tech way beyond what we know? Or maybe the military has finally got their hands on the formula to build anti-gravity spacecrafts. Air breach. Not all UFOs are just casually floating around. Some seem to be on a mission. Take this sighting over Langley Air Force Base near Chesapeake Bay. This one's a big deal. It even got a mention during the UAP hearings. It wasn't just some random dot in the sky. This UFO had a slanting line of blinking lights, looking eerily like an alien saucer. But the craziest part is that it stayed in one spot, almost like it was scanning or gathering intel. And let's not ignore the obvious. It breached military airspace. That's not exactly easy to brush off. Many believe this wasn't a casual flyby, but a deliberate move. Maybe even a test run. Could it be that these visitors are sizing us up? What do you think? Conspicuous UFO. Looks like aliens are ticking off every spot on the map these days. This latest clip comes from Pakistan, and trust me, it's wild. Just a few days ago, people spotted this bizarre shape cruising through the sky. What made it even weirder? It was so bright that you could see it crystal clear, in broad daylight. Now that's not your average UFO move. The shape was kind of airplane-ish with two wings, but honestly, nothing about it feels normal. And the thing was hurling toward the Earth at an alarming speed. If there was a crash, the authorities are doing a stellar job of keeping it under wraps, because there hasn't been a single peep about what went down after. Amsterdam action. Amsterdam's joining the UFO party with a wild sighting of its own. A local managed to film what looks like a triangular craft just chilling in the sky. But this one wasn't just floating around. It seemed to blink from one spot to another, almost like it was teleporting. Or maybe it was moving so fast, it only looked like teleportation. Either way, it's out there. After its little disappearing act, the craft slowed down and hovered over the area. Judging by how far up it seemed to be, folks are guessing it was massive in size. As for what it was, no one has any idea. New Mexico UFO. On December 14th of last year, a hiker in New Mexico caught a strange sight during his trek. Off in the distance, a low-flying, cigar-shaped craft zipped through the sky at an incredible speed, like whoever was inside had somewhere urgent to be. Some think it was heading toward the mountains, a perfect spot to hide a covert alien base. Could they have some secret headquarters tucked away up there, far from prying eyes? And here's a chilling thought. What if the aliens noticed the hiker watching them? Could they come back for him to ensure he stays quiet? A wild encounter like this definitely leaves more questions than answers. Capitol lights.
They're not moving. They're staying stationary.
Who would have thought the end of 2024 would drop a plot twist like this? Locals caught sight of something really weird hovering over Capitol Hill. We're talking about orbs. Yes, actual glowing orbs, stationed right above the Capitol building, just chilling there like it's the most natural thing in the world. One lucky cameraman managed to zoom in and get this. They were changing colors, like some kind of cosmic disco ball putting on a show. Now, of course, some people are saying, relax, it's just airplanes. But let's be real, these things weren't darting around like planes. They were locked in place, almost as if they were watching us. So, here's the million-dollar question. Could this be the start of something huge? Or is the government just keeping us in the dark? Yet again. I'll let you be the judge. Things went next level with another sighting right after the Capitol incident. And this one was even wilder. A whole bunch of orbs clustered together, glowing so bright, it looked like the night sky was on fire. Naturally, the internet went nuts. Theories? Oh, there were plenty. Some folks swore the sky itself was glitching, like we're all living in some giant simulation. Others were convinced the aliens were sending us a message, only this message felt like it was written in a code no regular person could crack. Then there's the really wild take, that the lights weren't for us at all, but for the military. A signal, maybe, but for what exactly? Your guess is as good as mine.
Weird.
Moon Anomaly. This happened in Texas back in October. A man observing the moon through his telescope noticed something odd. As strange as it sounds, there was an object behind the moon. A round shape seemed to peek out from behind it, and the fact that it was visible from behind such a massive celestial body raised a lot of questions. The size of this thing has people wondering just how huge it could be. Of course, some jump to conclusions, claiming this could be an alien mothership lurking in our moon's shadow. Let's hope they don't decide to pay us a visit anytime soon. Open discussion.
Right now, officials are trying to track down multiple drone devices that are spotted in the sky.
The world's UFO frenzy just hit a whole new level with this glowing orange orb sighting. Imagine looking up and seeing what looks like a fiery ball cruising over your neighborhood. It's no surprise the residents were on edge, fearing it might crash and cause chaos. Thankfully, the orb seemed to have no destructive plans. Still, locals are split. Some are pointing fingers at aliens, while others believe it's some shady government experiment they shouldn't be running near civilians. The question is, what are all these sightings building up to? An alien invasion? Or something even darker that we can't see coming? Drop your thoughts below.